Welcome everybody who's up for a little late night Skytear, or maybe it's early morning Skytear, wherever you're at. But we have a good game tonight. This is Ian, and with me, as always, is my partner Tim. Welcome, Tim.
Hey everybody, I'm
It's,
so excited right now.
oh man, this is going to be good. So we have our August Clash Americas Finals. Did I get that right?
You did. It's surprising because it is October now, but that's beside the point.
So tonight
Yeah,
we have Eric, also known as, and we have say Kirito, also known as Ryan, and we are here together to play the finals. This is going to be an epic match. I have no doubt about it.
yeah. I mean, Kirito's been piloting this quote unquote Suicide Squad deck for a while now, and they are, been tuning and tweaking it. And Eric has been doing the same thing with his, blue control list. So I'm imagining that this is going to be a very intricate and high level game.
Yeah, I think so. And before we started streaming, we did go ahead and do the coin toss. Eric won the coin flip, and he chose to bring his outsider, Lord of the Ancestors, and Kirito chose to be the first player. So, what do you think that means to you, Tim?
So I think that because should we flip these objectives?
Yeah, let's flip
Okay.
them.
Because of these objectives, oops, I just flipped a bunch of people's stuff. Uh, because of these objectives, I think that is a lot of the reason why they chose who goes first, etc. With hunting for power, I know that Eric is wanting, a shot at being able to compete, and a lot of Kirito's damage is going to be done with frail, which is piercing, so the armor is less important.
Yep.
And then the Lord of the Ancestors sort of makes invasion way harder to win. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
with that ability to be able to push the control token back. Yeah.
and then I think that Ryan really wants to go first to get that flux, play a rampant rampant hatred maybe, or
Or maybe a flux into a presence to try and
flux
guarantee
into a
that
presence
dome
to,
win. Yep.
yeah, like there's just so many powerful flux plays to get the job done.
Yeah, so I think this is going to be interesting. So Kirito went ahead and drafted Astrida as his first pick, and we've played a lot with Eric, and I know this list that he's bringing. He brings some heroes whenever he feels like he needs uh, a win with the hunting for power, and so he usually will bring in Shalavi and Korjov. But the fact that we have right breach, it might go ahead and make him think, you know what, I might just ignore that and try to win on a breach. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think that because of the way he picked the Lord of the Ancestors, um, that could definitely telegraph that.
But it
Part
doesn't
of me
look like it.
wonders,
He's bringing
yeah,
in his hunting for power team.
the heat, as I like to call it.
And it's the high
Um,
heat.
Part of me wonders if he had considered picking Ryan's outsider, the outsider, uh, to try and get a turn two invasion win a little more easily without having to be worried about that dome.
Yeah, this would be a good
Because
question to ask, as his thoughts as the outsider, and then still bringing in this team to, with the ability to kill the outsider.
yeah, um, because a lot of people might not realize this, but the Lord of the Ancestors has the ability to move the control token one hex.
Hmm.
That ability happens before invasion would trigger to win. So you have to win the dome if you're trying to win by invasion.
Correct. And so while we were chatting there, Kirito went ahead and finished out his list. He's bringing Frael, Brilvar, Astrida, and Shalavi. And Eric's bringing Shalavi, Frael, Brilvar, and Korjov. So we're going to probably see a lot of Shalavi revenge triggers. There's a good chance that it's happening on both sides of the board. So we're going to have to keep our toes up here, Tim, to catch all of these things as they happen. We're going to do our best.
We are. It looks like Kirito mulliganed a presence, which is interesting to me. I think that telegraphs that he has another presence.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But part
But
of me
even
wonders
me,
if he
man,
should just
I
keep it,
I was gonna say I keep every presents I get. That card is good.
especially Christmas presents.
That's right. We're getting close, Tim. I went to Walmart the other day and Christmas stuff is up.
It's. I know that this is what they say, but this is really my favorite time of the year.
It, it was so nice today. I got to be outside and it was a nice, cool, like 69 degrees, 70 degrees.
Hmm.
Loved it. I don't know where
That's
the
about
rest of
where
the
I like it
world
to
is
live.
listening. Oh man, I love it. It's one of the few times in Oklahoma that we get like 6 good days a year, and this was one of them.
And that's 69 degrees Fahrenheit for everyone that cares to know. All right, we got a Streeta going first. Crossing the lane. Interesting. Worshipping gonna shoot a minion.
Okay, flipping a -1, getting those out of the deck early. This is probably exactly when Kirito wants to see a -1 be flipped.
Definitely. There's been a lot of debate in the Discord server about him running this card and how it's detrimental to his overall flip value, but Kirito just keeps swearing by it.
I mean, I totally get it when you're running, when you're trying to trigger Revenge. That's a great card to use, especially with Frael. Get 2 piercing attacks.
Oh,
It can
100%.
definitely work in your favor.
Yeah, I think that the argument on both directions has some validity. So, and Ryan's here in the finals, so who knows?
He knows something we may not know. Both of these are some of the best Skytear players in all of America, as proven, seeing them here in the finals. And I think this is Eric's second clash in a row to be in the finals.
It is.
And Kirito has shown well in all the World Series qualifiers as well. So we're definitely going to see some high-level Skytear today.
All right, Eric's going with Freyhel. She's going to worship Shalivi. Moving. Yep, and then probably a lead if I was going to guess.
There it is. A lead from the top of the deck.
Which, let's be real, that means it's a 3
We
mana
know
card.
it's a 3.
Eric,
You're playing Eric.
runs like a bajillion 3 mana cards.
He's got it. That's a 3. All right, and so now we're back over to Kirito. He's got the right lane to. He wants to go to the dome. So I've got to think. Yeah, we've got to send Bar into the dome here, right?
That's what he does best. I mean, he does a lot of things best, really.
Moving right to the edge. Okay, so I'll get a little pot shot in.
He's not
Yep,
staying
okay,
in the
not going all the way at it.
So you're gonna flip. Yep,
There's
-1, another one out of the deck.
Okay, he's got to be feeling real good about that now. He's got to think, all right, my flips are going to be good the rest of the way.
The math says it's not going to be bad. And then I'm assuming he's going to worship so that he can. He's
Nope.
playing the Flux.
We got a Flux play, and there it is, a
presence.
Flux into Presence. I got to tell you, I'm really shocked this isn't happening in the dome. He's going hard at this right breach.
Yeah. Fascinating.
All right, and then after the Presence play, he gets to take a look at a couple of cards, predict 2, and he does put one of those from the top of the deck onto his lead. So we got to believe that that's a 3.
100%.
All right, Eric activating Frail, going to
Shilivi.
his right side of the. Or is it Shilivi?
Yep.
Shilivi. Okay, I missed it. Yeah, going with Shilivi to his right side of the board. Yeah, I think this is a thing that a lot of people tend to forget, that she has the ability to
Glacial Rebirth
from
the flip. Minion is DED dead, so it's that ultimate.
And I think it's important to note that Eric's right side of the board, his right breach, is the lane number 1. So if a breach is going to happen and they're both pushing, lane number 1 does happen first. So Eric's going to have just a little bit of an advantage on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think that if that's where this game goes, it's not going to be what I would have expected at all.
Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I 100% expected to see a little fight in the middle for the outsider, where I think Kirito wants the outsider to come out. Eric probably wants to tie in the dome to make sure it doesn't come out. But I'm already in shock at seeing both players go after the lanes like they are. But we still have 2 heroes to go.
Eric is the second player. He's just mirroring Kirito at this point.
Yep, you're
not
right.
Literally, but just in the lane. Um, if he's honestly trying to tie the dome.
Yeah, and the fact that Kirito's gone ahead and used his presence outside of the dome, Eric's going to know now, hey, I can guarantee a tie in the dome. I don't think there's any play in round one after having already used the flux that can stop Eric from at least tying the dome.
So it depends on what Kirito leads with. If he leads with a 1, it gets sort of hard to tie the dome.
That's true. And Kirito does play Skytear Discharge and things like that, so he does have zeros in his deck. But he did predict these two, so he should know what that card on top is. And he is leading from hand here, so he's got that 3. Or at least we think he's got the 3.
It could be the 1, though. He's trying to bluff it to get the outsider out.
Maybe so. That's the part I haven't figured out, like, when do you bluff these ones. That's the next level play that I'm looking forward to getting into.
I agree completely, because there's a whole world of options once ever you get into the bluffing game.
All right, so we saw Frail move, lead, and worship herself.
Yep.
Eric going with Brilvar.
Moving, leading, worshiping, probably. Yep.
This is going to be a worship on, looks like Frail.
Yep, Frail. Everyone's at full health, so no one to heal. Yeah, it seems good. Now Kirito's going to activate his Shillelagh. And I'm interested to know where the Shillelagh ends up.
I think she's gonna put this Shillelagh maybe right just above Astrida, because that would be within 3 hexes of all of his other characters. They could all trigger revenge if need be. And he's moving, and that's right. That's the hex that I absolutely thought that I think that's where I would want to put my Shillelagh to be able to be within 3 of the rest of my team.
Now I need to lead, so you're going to worship and skirmish, Brilvar?
Yeah, you sure don't want to end your movement next to Brilvar. All right, here's a skirmish action.
Yep, I'm just doing it.
Again, he does know what this card is, so this could be a 3. Nope.
If it's a
Taking
3, I think I want to save it there, probably.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because it's just 1 damage at that point.
All right, choosing not to do any flips on the skirmish, and then worshiping herself.
Doing a little dance.
Yep.
That's what we call the Dance of the Predators.
That's right. Just showing you, hey, I got the moves.
All right. So then Eric's going to finish up with Korjov here. Now, Korjov could come in and lay some damage down, I think.
He absolutely could, and I fully expect it to happen. This is Eric's mage on his side of the board, and Kirito really just put his Shillelagh in a prime come-and-get-me spot. We could also go after Frail. I think killing Frail in this match for Eric is not a bad option either.
I think that's definitely who he should attack and put the heat on. You could skirmish, attack, and then do whatever you want with your life.
Yep. So maybe that was a little bit of a bait from Kirito, saying, hey, I'd rather you go after my Shillelagh here, leave my Frail alone. Okay, but Eric's going around with the skirmish and
hitting Brilvar.
Brilvar, okay.
And Korjov is a mage.
Brilvar down to 16.
Damage. Going to attack a minion. Yep. Trying to shore up this right breach a little bit.
Ooh, Brilvar avalanche to kill a minion. That's not what you want to see.
Not at all.
Okay, and then he
And
just
then
moves
move into
back into the dome. I like it. Okay, so that is everybody. I think we're ready to determine lanes. So lane 1, Eric's going to win by 3 plus a flip on Freyel. We got to flip that card, Eric. Make sure you
Nope,
flip
that's
your card.
Shillavi.
Or Shillavi.
There's no flip.
Oh, Shillavi didn't lead. There we go. See, I'm all confused. I got to zoom in, man. I got to see these things better.
It happens to the best of us. You wearing your glasses?
I'm not. That's what LASIK's supposed to do, right? I'm not supposed to wear glasses anymore.
Yeah, I'm too scared of LASIK.
It's not bad, Tim.
It's just a terrifying concept.
I'll hold your hand through it.
Well, thanks, Ian. All right, lane 2. It's looking like we're gonna have 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 2, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Winning by 2.
Yep.
Oh no, presence. Winning by 3.
Yep, presence, give it a 3.
Presence is so sneaky.
So do you think that presence was worth it over there? What do you think?
Not at all.
All right, because if you're going to win by breach, if you can kill both minions, that's really all you need, right? You don't need to win by 4, 5,
Nope.
6, right?
Not worth it
If
all.
you're
You
not-
Brenda flex for it.
Yep. It's an interesting play. You know, he's got that alt next to a tower. Maybe he's thinking invasion. I can try to win the other lane, but I just don't see that happening.
And then we
And,
push to the dome. Yeah, no, it seems like a. I'm definitely curious as to his thought process behind that.
Yep. All right, so
All right, that was round 1.
round 1 off to round 2. Each player is threatening a breach. They're in range of towers, and no outsider. So we're definitely not going to see hunting for power in play this round, and it doesn't appear that invasion is going to be coming into play this round, but who knows?
I would be surprised. That being said, it's pretty impressive how even this board is right now.
It's almost like these are good players, Tim.
It's almost like that, yeah. I guess they're okay.
Maybe one of these days we'll be as good as these guys.
One can hope. All right. So what are we?
So we're going to be going into
Talking
this
about-
round. Both players are going to have a full hand of 6 cards.
That's one thing I notice consistently from higher level players. They go into as many rounds as possible with 6 cards, and it's impressive how often they do it.
Yep. I've played many games with Eric where he had the ability to make a kill at the end of a round and chooses not to because he doesn't want to have to discard cards from his hand. He doesn't want his hand to go over the limit, so he has to discard down. He likes his cards. He wants every single one of them, and he doesn't seem to want to filter very often.
There's a reason he put him in his deck, you know?
Yep.
All right. Ryan's activating Shillavi. Moving over, going to clear out some minions, I suspect. Trying to prevent this breach.
Yep.
All right, flipping the Chasm and a Nourish for those flips. Oh, and an Ice Wall. Is the second one an attack?
It is not. It's just 1 plus a flip. Yep.
Don't mind me. That ability happens all the time. All right. We got Eric activating.
Yeah, this has got to feel a little weird for Eric that, you know, it kind of appears we're playing this little control game and he does not have a Shrita on the board.
Yeah, it's not the normal scenario that Eric finds himself in, but I think that he's prepared himself for this moment.
All right, so he's thinking about his life, and you know this could be a chance to go ahead and go with Brilvar and just get in someone's way, taunt him down, make him waste an action.
I feel like doing that to a Streeter would feel real good.
That's kind of my thought.
I'm honestly surprised that Ryan went with Shillaby this early just to kill some minions.
He had to have been thinking, right? Do I go a Shillaby now or a Strida? Because there's a good chance that Eric just puts Brilvar in front of one of them, right? So it's either fight back on the lane and kill 2 minions or push my lane with 2 additional minions.
Yeah.
But Eric's going with Shillaby. Okay. He's moving down, making an attack, taking out a minion. Eric Shillaby is not shapeshifted, nor is he in a place to be able to take out 2. So we're probably just going to see a lead.
Yep, that's what I'm imagining. Oh, presence.
Ah.
And then a lead, I'm sure.
Yeah, so this will be a good presence lead from deck. Really forcing Ryan's hand to get somebody else down here. We're going to possibly see
Part
some
of me
towers.
wonders if you want to do that later in the round still. Like if he
True.
does that as the second, third, or fourth action after he commits some more people to the right lane, etc.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, the presence, he had it, so I got to deal with it now. Even harder.
Yep. This game is so easy from our view here. Point. You know, we know all the answers.
I mean, I don't know that I know all of the answers.
All right, so plays back to Ryan. You've got to go at the Strida now, right? You can't let Brilvar come and taunt you.
Yeah, okay.
There it is.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
This has got to be the move worship attack.
Yep, move worship attack. Oh, Gathering Storm first.
We're gonna start with the Gathering Storm. Draw a couple cards. So for anybody watching that's not familiar, so Gathering Storm is simply a 2 mana draw 2 cards. Great little card draw.
Yep, move, worship, and I'm assuming an attack is coming. That's still a tasty little spot for Brilvar to get in there and taunt Estrida and Brilvar.
Really is. Okay, so he's going to have quite the minion advantage over on the right side for Ryan. Imagine, yep, he's going to take the 2 hit points using her ability to spawn an additional minion.
And this is really just the power of Estrida, right? He hasn't done really anything special to get this advantage other than moving and attacking with Estrida and worshipping.
Yep, she is real good. And I think, you know, he's kind of just showing the power of just this set of blue heroes when they all work together. I mean, both of these players, right? The synergies that come out of that are really, really well done. And just, I think it's really well done design. All right, so we're seeing a Frail activation?
It looks like Brilvar's playing Charm.
Brilvar playing Charm, okay.
Is that after she activated, though?
Well, I haven't seen the activation token go down yet, so this must be at the end of the Estrida turn. And this is Ryan's Brilvar playing Charm. Targeting the shapeshift token that was on Frail. Got it.
So now Frail's taunted if she activates.
Yep. I wouldn't be surprised if Eric has a charm of his own.
I'm pretty confident he's running them in this list.
He absolutely has them in his deck. He knows how important that card is when going up against the Suicide Squad here. So if he had him in his opening hand, I'm sure he kept him. All right, so now we're at Eric just thinking about who he wants to activate here.
Probably just trying to think what is worth it for this rallying over here and what's worth it to push. Because it's delicate balance. If you go for the gusto and you miss, then you just lose.
So this is a big turn.
I mean, it's very possible he just moves everyone to the left lane and just wins. But that's a dangerous game to play.
Yes, it is, because Brilvar, I don't think could make it.
No.
And so it would really just be Frael could come down and stop it a little bit. But yeah, it's an option. I don't know if it's one that I'd like that risk. I don't think I would take that risk at this point.
Is it 7-2 right now? Assuming that's a 3-mana lead from Shinobi. At most, he could get up to 6. 9-6. That would really be 5. Yeah,
all right.
It's tricky.
So he's going with Brilvar. There it is, moving over to protect. Attacking a minion. And I think this is the right play. You know, just be a little more defensive. You can't win if you lose.
Yeah, playing a presence.
Oh, the double presence turn.
So he could have had double presence in that lane 1 too.
So, Tip, do you like the idea? Do you like the idea, the play of coming to lane 1 and double presence and just go all out?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I probably would have saved the presences to leave it as an option, though.
Yeah, if you have the double presence, maybe make them your last 2 plays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I also don't play blue very often, so... Or at least blue heroes.
Sure. So Eric moved, he attacked, played presence, look at a couple of cards. I think he ditched one and put one on top, and then used that card as a lead.
Yep. And then we got Ryan here going with Frail.
Okay, so she is playing... Shalavi's playing a Skytear Discharge. Bless you.
Excuse me.
Okay, so we're going to see some revenge triggers.
I assume. It's like Eric is thinking.
So for those that aren't aware, Skytear Discharge says whenever a hero moves through a white line, deal 2+ damage to them. So what I'm thinking is happening here is Kirito is going to play this and move his Frael out of the dome, crossing a white line, doing 2+ a flip to herself. That will then trigger revenge on Shalavi, and Frael is going to be able to make an additional attack probably on Eric Shalavi. So it's interesting play here to put damage upon yourself to trigger this ability, but Kirito's used this list a lot to great advantage, so he knows what he's doing here. So he's actually, I think what I just saw is he moved and crossed the line twice.
3 times, actually.
Yep, 3 times. So this is going to be
3 triggers of Skytear Discharge on this stack.
And that would be 3 triggers of revenge as well.
Now, a charm here... Oh, he doesn't have the mana for it.
Correct.
But a charm here would be incredible.
Okay, so a -1 was flipped. I'm assuming that was on the discharge.
Yep,
so that's going to be 1 damage, -1 armor. And then that's going to be...
Why is she taking damage?
So he flipped another one.
He flipped another one, okay.
Yep, so that was going to be 1 plus a 0. Wouldn't that still be...
It's a 2 + 0.
2 + 0. Okay, it's 2 + 0. Got it. And there's the first revenge. taking 2 damage. Another Skytear discharge. Freya loses 1. Triggers Revenge. Revenge is 1 plus the flip. This is going to be 3 more to Shalavi. And that should be all of the discharge.
Yeah, as far as I can tell.
Yep.
So 5 damage for a 0 mana card. Seems good.
Okay, and now playing the sacrifice. So sacrifice says heal another target hero 4 HP. The caster loses 2. Frail's ability says while she's shapeshifted, her heals can actually deal damage. So Shalavi takes 4 damage. At the same time, Frail loses 2, triggers Revenge again, and hits Shalavi for another 2 points of damage.
Yep, so down to 7 health now. And then a Nourish for 3 damage. 3 heal, and the turn damage.
For anybody watching, we're doing our best to try to keep up with what's going on, but this is a big turn with lots of cards played, lots of things happening. We saw a skirmish where she bounced in and out of the dome to trigger Skytear discharge 2 additional times.
Oof. The 3.
So the skirmish hits for 3 damage.
And then the 2 discharges should trigger now.
Yep. So I think this is going to be a dead Shalavi.
Yep. It almost has to be.
Yep. Yep. There's the final. There's the last revenge. I do believe that 1 more Skytear discharge has to go off.
Yeah.
And it's going to be for 4, -1 armor. It's going to take 3. So Frail was able to kill Shalavi, but at the same time did 7 points of damage to herself? 8? 8 points of damage?
Yeah, that's a worthwhile trade.
Yeah, I think so. And if you look at what just happened over there on lane 1, Eric has no heroes. And Ryan was able to kill a hero, lead from deck. I think that was just a fantastic turn, using Skytear discharge to his advantage in a very, very powerful way.
100%. I also think that this leaves Frail in a pretty vulnerable position. Korjaf can go over there, skirmish attack. Frail can also just come back and push now that there's not really a threat.
Yep, so Korjaf activating, moved, skirmished, using the skirmish attack. It looks like probably targeting Frael, hitting for 0. Getting away from her, doesn't want to deal with any revenge. And then probably going to see a lead, because the last thing Eric wants here is to see invasion happen.
He only needs to win the dome.
Korjaf playing presence number 3.
Triple presence. Oh.
See, this has got to be the difference, right? So where Ryan pitched a presence in his opening hand, I'm betting Eric saw 3 presents and said, I'm going to keep every one of these. So he leads from deck. We know that's a 3.
If I have 3 presences, that bum rush on lane 1
sounds much better.
Pretty good.
Yeah. So currently at lane 1, Eric is sitting at 2 minions, a hero, and a presence. So he's got 4, probably with a lead of 3, sitting at 7. And Ryan's going to have 2 heroes, 1 lead. So Eric could still, he's still looking pretty good to win lane 1. And we've got Brilvar left on Ryan's side.
So wait, that math. So he's currently at 7. Is what we said.
I
That's a
think.
3 mana.
Yep.
He's at 3. So if he can kill a minion and get, that's so close. If Brevar wasn't taunting, he could just.
Mm.
Although Brevar has to go. If he makes a
Brilvar does
mistake
have
here.
to go. So Eric's gonna have to do some math if he's not forced to attack Brilvar, then he's gonna have some options. Because you're right, if he can kill a minion, he could really put some pressure on. Because that's a blind lead, it could be a 0, and I've lost more than one game by leading with a 0 from the top of the deck. All right, so Brilvar's activating. His first action is worshipping his Astrida.
So Eric's Frail is not going to be taunted.
Okay, moving into the dome. And the lead. Okay, so let's look at the math over here, Tim, on lane 2. Let's assume that, well, you know what? There is no lead anymore on lane 2. So Eric knows right now that is going to be 5 points of control. Because Astrida does not have a lead. So if Brilvar has a 3, which it's Eric, it played presence, we know it is. He's sitting at a 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
So he's winning lane 2.
Yep.
So I think
So Frail can definitely abandon ship.
she absolutely can.
So she can move, skirmish, attack a minion, and then it's very possible that Ryan led with a 0.
Yeah, that it's, and even if he leads with a 3, so that's going to be 5 total points of control.
Mm-hmm. To 8.
I mean, I like taking out 3 towers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to it.
At the expense of the outsider is going to come out. And maybe that's exactly what Ryan wants. Maybe he wants that outsider out where he can go hunting for power.
He just used a lot of his reactions, though.
He sure did. He sure did, and that would leave. If Eric is able to get some tower damage here, that's going to put him in a really big hole.
Yeah, I think that's what I would do.
All right, so maybe we're still considering some additional play here, as we haven't passed the activation token over to Frail. Brilvar does have 1 mana left. And if we haven't said anything yet, we want to thank RG Commander for hosting our stream tonight. We had a little technical difficulties on my side. I wasn't able to host, so RG, thank you so much for coming in clutch tonight and hosting the stream for us so we could all watch this game being played.
What a great dude, by the way.
Very much so. Interesting. So Eric's attacking that minion on that side of the board.
Is he trying to push
an invasion, maybe?
all the way back? 3, 4.
I mean, no. Okay, so maybe he's just going to go into the dome and say, you know what? I don't want this outsider coming out.
I'm really interested to see what Frail led with. The Ryan's Frail.
Yep, exactly. Interesting play. All right, so we saw her move into the dome, lead from the deck.
And an attack.
Okay, she did lead with a 3. And Eric only led with a 2. So he has a presence.
So 6 to 6.
6. Yep, 6 is 6. Which I think Eric's
with the presence too.
That was with the presence, yeah. All right, Brilvar leads with a 3. With a presence, makes 4.
4.
So 6 to 4. And with that presence, knowing you only had a 2, and maybe we missed it. Maybe he discarded 2 cards, and that was what was
Oh,
on
I
top,
think
and we
I
just
think he
missed it.
did,
Okay.
but still
'Cause-
3 cards in a row that are
yeah.
not threes is a bummer.
But I think Eric got to feel pretty good. Ooh, Eric
Oh,
only
and
led with a
losing the
1
dome.
in the dome, and he lost. Oh, that's rough. You know, when Eric has to bring in this deck to deal with hunting for power, he brings in a lot of his 1-mana cards that aren't typically in his control list. So, um, having played with Eric, I know that it's rough when he knows there are so many 1-mana cards in his deck and he has to lead from the top, but he's so used to that. All right, so the Lord of the Ancestors is coming into the game, and Ryan has got to place him next to a friendly minion, and he has some options of what to do. Uh, typically we see Lord of the Ancestors spawning some minions, maybe killing a minion, and possibly moving a control token. And that's exactly what we're going to see. We're going to see a spawn of a minion, and attack on that minion. I saw him ping the minion. Are we attacking? Yep, attacking the minion. And now this is where we often see this outsider get moved to somewhere where Ryan feels like he can really lay into it.
I think that he's already there.
But it's right next to Eric's Korjoff, though, which I
Yeah,
wouldn't feel real good
you
about
can
that.
probably skirmish, but you want it in range of Frail and Shalobi.
Yeah.
So like you just skirmish down and to the right.
Yeah, that's where I think I would put it, but yep, there it is.
Oh,
Just
a
moving.
move.
Yep, just a move. Okay, it's important to know that currently on Ryan's side of the board, the only hero that is currently shapeshifted is Astrida. So he's going to have to do a little bit of work putting in some action points, shapeshifting those heroes if he wants to do more revenge triggers. All right, so we are on to round 3. We are now ready to see the bombs get played.
I believe this is Eric's favorite turn.
This is be ready to sinkhole everyone.
Eric is behind by 1 on cards right now. This has been a fascinating game so far.
It is, and I know I've said this before on stream, but there are just so many lines of play. You and I, we talked about 2 or 3 different ones, and we saw something completely different play out. It just goes to show you the complexity of this game, and there's so much to learn. So, guys, if you're not online playing this game, get online and play. And if you're fortunate enough to get to play in real life, do it.
Yeah, I'm longing for the day whenever we can go to the game shop and play.
I can't wait, Tim. I can't wait for Covenant to Skytear weekend, and we all get together and do this thing, and first actual real world championship where we all get together. It's gonna be so good.
Yeah, I'm so pumped for it. And we're lucky we have this mod to be able to play in the interim, but it's going to be so good whenever we are in person.
Absolutely.
All right, Astrida attacking a minion. What?
And she was worshipped at the end of the last round, so she's gonna go ahead, lose that 2 HP, doing what she does. And this time she is gonna have the ability to lead if Ryan so chooses. It's gonna move into the dome.
Song of the Siren on Frail. With Eric Gatt, Chasm out of there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Eject.
You know he's got an answer. You know he does.
Yep, just letting it happen.
Letting it happen. Okay.
Probably was thinking it's not worth the answer.
Yeah, maybe so.
Oh, that's brutal. Her ultimate is one of the most brutal in the game.
Yep. So for those of you who aren't in the game, you see Song of the Siren. This is the ultimate for Astrida. It says exhaust target enemy hero. So you just basically get to pick one opponent or one hero from the opposing side and say you do not get to play this round.
It's especially brutal whenever you have another hero that's already dead.
Oh, it's so
So now
good.
Eric is down 2 activations this round.
All right, and Ashrita used her final action to lead from the top of the deck.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Korjov try to get in there and kill a Frail.
If he could make that happen, it would sure aid his win condition, which I think really at this point still has to be a right breach. I think Eric's gonna probably try to wait to see if Ryan starts beating up on the outsider, and then just try to make sure his core drops in a place to be able to play some reactive cards.
Yeah. You just got to. So you can maybe worship, skirmish, attack the Frail. Hope that kills her.
Mm-hmm. And I think he's got to probably try to do it that without spinning any cards.
Yeah.
Because I've got to think if Eric didn't play anything to stop the Song of the Siren, that his hand's got to be filled with reactive cards that are more damage dealing, maybe a charm or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going for it. His worship skirmishing.
Yep, so once you worship, Kordjov now becomes melee, so he's going to have to get right up next to somebody.
And he has +1 skirmish.
Yep.
She'll be playing a charm. Oh. My heart.
All right, so it just takes that shapeshift token. Oh, okay. Does not want to apply it. Interesting.
That way, if Eric has a charm, he can't get it back.
Ah, that's right. That's some good play. Okay, hitting Frail for 1 piercing damage. Going down to 7.
Ultimate here to kill. No, it's only 3.
Yep.
3 attack. It's 4 whenever he's shapeshifted.
Yep. Now, did I
gotta do it? I think.
Yeah, did I see a spoiler about some blue card that lets you just get to play a card and become shapeshifted? I feel like I saw that on the Discord.
There were 2 cards that were spoiled. One is 1 mana, the caster becomes shapeshifted. And the other was 2 mana, shapeshift all heroes within 3 hexes.
That little shapeshift right there would have been real handy.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good card to put in these blue decks.
It's going to go in a lot of decks. Bleeding. Interesting.
Yep, bleeding from the top of the deck.
Still go for that attack. Being to at least threaten Frail being dead.
Yep. Huge. So the fact that he didn't play any cards there, he's put himself in a position to be able to play some Nightmares Incarnate, things like Migraines, to be able to do a little bit of damage. But here comes Shalavi for Ryan, making an attack against the outsider.
The draw card.
Yep.
+2, +3, so it's 7.
And outsider has 1 armor. Yep, it's going to take 6.
Down to 13.
And we might have missed it, but Shalavi did play a Gathering Storm, so Ryan was able to grab a couple more cards. So I'm going to think that he's going to be pretty loaded again for another big Frail turn.
That will at least be the hope.
All right. So a skirmish against the outsider.
For 1, so it bounces off the armor.
And then
Frail, yeah.
Worship Frail. Frail's going to be able to heal a little bit. 1. Yep. All right, so Eric, all he has left is Brilvar. What does Brilvar do here?
I think he goes and taunts Brilvar?
Yeah.
to stop an attack on the outsider.
I think that's probably the best case. In doing so, he's going to lose lane 2 by at least 2, which at the moment it would be no tower damage, but Ryan could easily take his Brilvar right over there, kill a minion, lead. You know, Ryan could win this here with a right breach. All right. So Brilvar is now coming into the dome, leads and taunts Ryan's Brilvar and Astrida. All right, here comes Frail. Here comes the fireworks. Clearing a skirmish. Don't see a discharge being played yet.
I feel like attacking first would maybe be better, but
Oh, flips the -1, so no damage on the skirmish.
draw a card and see your options.
Yep. Okay. Attacking. Here comes the card draw.
So
Flips a
that's
1.
3
So
damage. Down to 10.
and there is the strength over pain. So this is going to allow Frail to get a frenzy token at the cost of 2 HP. And when she
And
loses
the
that 2
revenge
HP,
trigger.
will trigger revenge. There it is. He knows what's going on.
Seems like a pretty good combination of cards.
Yep. All right, so there's that loss of 2 HP to get the
So if
frenzy
Eric had
token.
attacked Frail here, she was 3 more damage less. Whew. See you.
So that's the revenge trigger, or that's the attack. Okay, so that's for 4. No, that's the revenge trigger. Okay.
Yeah. Then
And
now
then he's
should
got
come the frenzy attack.
Yeah, the bonus attack for frenzy. So we're just gonna get to draw another card. Oh man, Ryan has seen a bunch of cards, and there is a 3. Hitting them for 5, going down to 2 HP. So now is right where probably both players are a little terrified of who's got the reactive cards. All right, so here's the first one on the stack is a sacrifice. What does Eric have in response?
Gotta have something.
Gotta have something. This is only going to leave Frail with 1 mana left, but all of her reactive cards are 1 mana, so that's okay. Okay.
Eric is playing a shelter to heal. So that'll be for 2/4 health.
Yep. But when sacrifice goes off, it's going to trigger revenge again.
Mm-hmm. But then there's a response to that.
Correct. So he is letting the outsider go ahead and heal for 4. The sacrifice goes off, taking 4 damage. Revenge triggers. So it's now on the stack. Eric is going to play a Nourish to heal the outsider for another 3. Ryan responds with another sacrifice. And Eric says, I'll take that.
Oh, that's brutal.
So I think if I can follow this, what we're going to see is the outsider is about to be healed for like 8 points of damage.
And then there will be 2 revenge triggers.
Yeah.
In there as well.
So I hope we followed that all right. I think we did. The order of operations. Frail played a sacrifice. Eric played a Nourish. Ryan then played another sacrifice, which then Eric played a Charm. So the first thing that's going to happen is if there are no more...
First sacrifice resolve, though?
We didn't. To my knowledge, we didn't.
Okay. They went a little quick there for a second.
They did.
But...
All that really matters is they know what's going on and they know what's on the stack. We're just doing our best to follow. So what's going to happen if this charm goes off, Frail will no longer be shapeshifted, and so therefore those heal cards that would once be doing damage are now actually just going to go and heal the outsider. But he's thinking, so let's see. Shalavi is over there. She has no mana left. Frail has no mana left. So I'm not sure.
So Eric is saying on the stack is a Revenge Trigger, Nourish, and Charm.
Yeah. Okay, so one of those sacrifices then did go off.
Yeah, so Revenge, Nourish, Sacrifice, Charm.
Fascinating. So I kind of wonder what there's nobody left has mana on Ryan's side of the board. Okay, but we do have a little something. Which, okay.
Turning that hex.
Okay, so he could pull.
Oh, he's gonna pull
Frail into the
out,
dome.
so the heals fizzle.
Yep. Okay. Interesting. So at least the outsider's not going to get healed, except for Eric's Nourish. Yep.
And then the charm will fizzle as well.
Yep.
Assuming Eric doesn't have, Sinkhole of his own or something.
Sure. So there's the heal for 3 on Eric's Nourish.
I think that should be it.
Yeah. So I gotta feel like that was a win for Eric, that little exchange.
Yeah, it's still bizarre though. You gotta wish that you'd had a way to just kill him.
So he is out of heroes. He's got nobody else to activate. And Brian's gonna have Brilvar. Do we think Brilvar can go down and do the last 5 hit points?
Not whenever he has to taunt.
Oh, that's true. Yep. Okay, so Ryan's thinking, hey, if this goes next round, I've got this.
Or he just goes and pushes the right lane.
I think that's what I would do.
Yeah,
Yep, got it. No damage done. Brilvar in that 3 armor.
Lead.
Yeah, okay, so here's the lead. Leads from hand.
Or is he just gonna try to win the dome?
So I think if he tries to move,
Yeah.
no, he's gonna worship. Okay.
I think I would worship Frail there.
Yeah, worshipping a Shrita, you're gonna be attacking. Well, Charm's always the thing, but currently as it stands, he's gonna be Shrita would have to attack Brilvar. So, oh, what a turn, Tim. That was quite the round.
A wild turn. Yep. Eric's gonna get his Shalavi back this next round.
Oh, that hurts. Korjaf only leading with a 1, so he's gonna be sitting at 4 on that side. To 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Looks like they're not moving the token.
Not missing any presence anywhere, right?
Oh, that's the outsider. That's not Frail.
Ah, got it. Well, Shalavi's over there though, right?
Yeah, but no lead or anything.
Okay, so it was a tie. Got it. And then Ryan did win lane 2, killing those 2 minions, moving it back up. Again, another big minion advantage over on lane 2 for Ryan. So Eric's got to worry about several things going into this 4th round. You know, he's got to think about making sure the outsider doesn't die at Ryan's hands. He's got to make sure he doesn't lose lane 2 to a breach. He's going to have his hands full in round 4.
Oh, I feel like putting it over there is dangerous because if Eric has a sinkhole, you are just not going to be able to kill it.
Yep. Okay. So maybe Ryan says, you know what? I'm just going to go win by a breach here.
It's assuming that Eric isn't able to kill the outsider.
Sure. All right, so the first thing is, looks like we're attacking maybe that minion on the spawn point.
He can't, he's melee.
Oh, yeah, there you go. See?
Spawn a minion.
Spawn a minion.
Move.
Yep. Go park that guy right next to your Freyel. That's what you want. There you go.
But really, though, if Eric just has a sinkhole,
Keeps everybody in place. Yeah.
have we seen Eric play any sinkholes?
We have not. Do you want to take a look at his discard pile? There's only 5 cards in there. So we've had a reshuffle.
No sinkholes in the discard.
Okay. So Eric Shalavi is coming back into play.
Yeah, I'm going to try to clear up that right lane in case he can't win.
I think so. All right, Ryan is going into the round with Astrida and Freyal both shapeshifted. Eric's got Brilvar shapeshifted. It looks like Eric's going to go into the round with 4 cards in hand. Ryan's going to have 5. And the outsider sitting on 5 HP.
What a game. This has been
Right.
a fascinating one.
So Ryan's wasting no time, activating Freyel with a skirmish action. So this is where Eric is going to have to do something.
Yeah.
Nope, letting it go. Oh, there's a 3 on the skirmish. Down to 2. All right, declaring the attack. So, any response from Eric?
Nope.
No response. And
GG.
there is GG.
Hunting for power, the win condition of the tournament, really.
Yep.
All right, you want to hop over there and
Let's
chat
hop
with
over into their channel and talk.
Unless you have what do you even have? You could sinkhole yourself to get out there, but aside from that, you're staying in here, and then I get a chance to run in, and I get a chance to finish him.
Are you saying if you had a sinkhole?
Yep. Got it. That is good. So,
Guys, fascinating game. Yeah, congratulations, Ryan, on the victory. So first thing I wanted to is tell us a little bit about kind of the big plays and where you think things swinged in your favor.
not to interrupt, but I'm not getting any audio from Ryan at this point.
Oh no, so we heard all of that good content that he just gave us and we didn't get to hear it?
I heard none of it.
Oh no.
I can hear.
I mean, he's not muted.
Do you hear me?
I do hear you. Yes, I hear basically everybody except Ryan.
Because Clinton's saying that he can't hear Ryan either.
Yeah, well, Clinton wouldn't be able to hear because he's trying to bounce him through the stream.
Yeah. Well,
I swear I don't have Kirito on mute.
well, while you look into that for a second, let's go ahead and go over to Eric. So, Eric, talk to us through. Really, what I'm interested in is turn 2. So you had triple presence going into turn 2. Was there any thought of saying, you know, I'm just going to throw all 3 of my triple presence lane 1 and just try to win this breach?
Win it on that turn? Like try and win it on turn 2?
Sure.
Shifting everybody over there?
Yeah.
So
Resolves first.
I didn't. It does resolve first, but I didn't think even with all triple presence that I would be able to do it because he had 2 guys over there. So I didn't really consider that. I felt like I still needed to play a little bit of defense over here at the same time. So I did not consider that one. No.
I also 100% thought you were going to attack Frail with Korjov that last turn.
Right, and if he didn't charm me, I would have gone for it, right? Because I get to skirmish with the +1, then I get to attack at 4. But since I didn't have a chance to kill Frail there, I don't think putting her down. I mean, important thing was to get him in range of the outsider, right? And after that, if I'm not killing Frail, I think putting the lead on there to put some pressure on the lane seemed better to me. But
I just know that he runs all of the cards that deal damage to himself, and if you can remove those as options.
Fair.
I don't know.
So, can you hear me now? By the way, Commander.
Commander, can you hear him?
I can. I have absolutely no idea why disable video was checked on him, nor why that would mute him, but apparently that was the issue. So yes, you are free to talk now, Ryan.
Right. Well, Ryan,
Okay.
tell us about. We'll try this again. Tell us about the plays that you made that you really kind of felt turned the tide in your favor.
So yeah, I think killing Shilvi was huge. She was gonna cause a lot of trouble with pushing the lanes and also doing damage and with doing similar things like with Freya, like I was doing. And then I think the other big play was the Song of the Siren from Astrida. I expect to have a response to that, but I had a Chasm to kind of protect that. But when he didn't have like a sinkhole or something, it definitely made me feel safer going for the outsider. In terms of what you were just talking about there with...
Do you even go for the outsider?
What was that?
If my Frail does get over to the outsider, do you even go for the outsider, or do you just keep going on your other victory conditions?
I would have had to think about it. So I was hoping that if you had something with a chasm, but if I wasn't able to do that, then what I probably do, I probably don't go for it right away, and then if you go for it, then I maybe I can use my heals to protect it, or if you don't quite get it, then go for it afterwards. And then if otherwise, so I was gonna kind of play a wait and see approach on that, and kind of keep playing around the rest of the board first.
Yep.
But getting Frail exhausted was huge. Having Shillavi and Frail not there on turn 2, I think was huge. In terms of that charm play you're talking about over there, I actually misplayed there. I don't think I should have charmed. I should have held the chasm, and then when you went to try and kill Frail, I could have chasmed and pushed Frail into the dome away.
Yeah, because charm is so valuable in this matchup.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I had a charm on round 1, and I almost used it to save a minion that Astrida was hitting, and then I would have used it on round 2 when he did Frail to go and do the Shalavi kill, but my guy was 4 squares away, and then when he went outside, my Shalavi had already used all her mana, so I could not charm that off of Frail to stop that. But there were multiple times when I wanted to use the charm, and I was like, this is the only one I have. I've got to save it. And I mean, not that I won, but I think it was important where I used it. It definitely gave me another turn.
So yeah, if I had not used the charm, I would have had the mana for the chasm. So what I do is I chasm here and push Korjov here and Frail into the dome. so your attack fizzles, and then later when I go for the kill, I can use that. When you try and charm Frail, I can use that single to pull Core Drop into the dome.
So the other thing, when you skirmished with Frail, you skirmished here. If you skirmish here, my life gets way harder.
Yeah, but then I can't do all the revenge triggers with Strength over Pain and Sacrifice.
That's true.
So
Yeah, walk me through that little. I was fascinated by the Skytear discharge play where I think you triggered that round 5 revenge triggers off of that Skytear discharge, if I counted right. 3 on the skirmish, and then 2 more on a move in and out.
So I did a move. I stepped through 1, 2, 3 to get 3 discharge triggers. And each time she got damaged. Sadly, the first time I flipped a -1, so she didn't take any damage. But each time she got damaged, it triggered the revenge from Shilovy. So I could then revenge and deal damage onto his Shilovy. And then I skirmished and went through back 1, 2 to get 2 more revenge triggers. Basically do that again.
And he kept on flipping zeros, which is the perfect thing for Frail to flip. I was like, do some damage to her.
Yeah.
I definitely did get lucky on those flips.
Ryan, can you tell me a little bit about your thought process of the turn 1 throwing Brilvar into the right lane and presencing?
So that's a great question. For some reason, so he had shapeshifted on done a worship to shapeshift Shilovy, and for some reason I thought Shilovy was in this hex, not this hex. So I thought Core Drop was gonna come over here to blow up some more minions. So I'm like, I want to get the to kind of bolster my presence in that lane. And then after I did it, I'm like, wait, Shilovy's in the other lane. That was really stupid.
That's okay. The whole stream I was calling his Frail and his Shilovy by the opposite name, so I'm with you.
Nice. But I did have. So the other thing with that play, though, I mean, it obviously didn't matter at all because Shilovy was on the other side. But if Shilovy was on that side, I had Brilvar over there without a shapeshift on her. I had a charm in hand, so I was prepared for Shilovy to go over and to kill the 2 minions. And then when she attacked, I was going to charm that off of her, and then also have the Frail taunted and Shilovy taunted depending on where she was.
Makes sense.
But obviously Shilovy was on the other side, so that didn't matter.
Yeah, for sure. And then I noticed at the beginning of the game you mulliganed a presence away. What are you doing? You're a crazy man.
So I noticed.
It's a trash card.
So I had 1 presence in hand already, which I knew I wanted. I saw that he didn't draft either Astrida or Ekrit, so I figured he might be going for hunting for power and not pushing as aggressively as he normally does. So my thinking there was I wanted to try and find more heals for Frail. So I wanted to get rid of the presence to give a better chance of drawing another heal. And actually, I believe I drew a charm off of it, so I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah, that's probably a good trade-off, especially if you have 1 presence already in hand.
Yeah, I had 1 charm already in hand too, but 2 charms is better than 2 presences in this matchup.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Well, congratulations to both of you guys for making it this far, and Ryan, super congrats on winning the Americas Finals. So will you be playing the European Finals? Final winner?
Yes, I will. I obviously don't know who that's going to be against yet, but I believe the plan is to do the winner of that. So as soon as that game happens, I can communicate with the winner and figure out when that match will be.
Very good. Well, we'll all be rooting for you here in the U.S.
Thank you very much, and go Team USA.
Congrats again, Ryan.
Thank you. And thanks for the great game, and congratulations on making it to the finals, too.
Yep, you too.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and be sure to like, subscribe, all of the normal social media things. Skytear, it's one of the greatest games in the world right now. You should play it. Thank you all, and have a good night.